Create a learning module. Learning modules are a pretty good way of organizing content from within your course. They allow a navigation structure on the left-hand side that students can use to move through content throughout your course. They differ from content folders in that it's not just a place where you dump all of your files. They actually have a structure inside of them and their own navigation menu. So let's go ahead and begin and take a look at what's going on here. The first thing to know is that a learning module can only be created or put into an area that is a content area. So this could be information, content, areas like that, but you wouldn't be able to add one to your home page here. So let's go ahead and let's go into content real fast. Inside of content, creating modules, if you have the institutional template, you're going to see that you have a whole collection of modules available to you. The way that you can begin using these is to just go ahead and click on the module. Once inside of it, this is when you can then modify files that have come inside of here for your use as a part of the template. And you can do that by clicking on the action link item next to each item and saying Edit in Blackboard. And this is where you'll get that visual text box editor, and you can make your changes inside of here. You just make them, and then you would submit, and off they would go. However, they all start invisible to the students, so they're not available. To make them available, what you're going to want to do is click that action link item again and go to Edit. From the Edit Learning Module menu, you're going to want to come down to the Permit Users to View This Content. Once you've moved that from no to yes, it will all of a sudden become visible to the student. When you're done, press Submit, and we can see the color change here that says that it is now available. You'll also notice that it's denoted that it is now available, as it's no longer mentioning that it's not. To create your own learning module, just go ahead and hop up to Build. From here, you have a variety of different options, but what we're looking for is Learning Module. Let's go ahead and give that a click. We're going to want to put in a name, whatever you want. Now here, this is the description of the learning module. So be careful not to put too much in here. I recommend 1 to 2 sentences max as far as the description inside of this area. So next, is this going to be sequential viewing? That means the students have to move from one item to the next to the next. This sounds like a really good idea up front, saying, oh, I want my students to move through this, but you have to think about repeat visitors as well. If the student returns to this module later on for information, are they going to have to be forced to navigate through everything that you've put in there? If that's okay, then go ahead and move this over to enforce the sequential viewing. If not, go ahead and leave it to no, and then the students will be able to navigate by clicking on the navigation menu on the left-hand side. If you need more real estate for your content, you can have this pop open in a new window, and that's just fine. That takes it outside of this little Blackboard area and moves it into a new window, and that's really just user's preference. Next, under the standard options, this is where we determine, do we want to hide or make this visible to students? It must be marked as yes if we want that to be available to students. Track the number of views. If this is something that you want to monitor and see how many times students have viewed this file, you can select this as yes. If it's unimportant, keep it as no. Next, you can do some date and time restrictions. So what this does is makes it visible or invisible to the student automatically, based on a predetermined time. So if you say display after next Monday or something like that, these values are what's going to determine that. And then if you want it to automatically turn off at some point, this is where we can configure that as well. So remember, once you've entered these dates, you do need a check mark here, and that will make it visible or invisible to the student based on those dates. I mentioned before the table of content. This is where you can add that right here. Do you want it to display, yes or no? And really, one of the benefits of a learning module is to have that there. And then you can choose the kind of hierarchy. Is it going to be letters, mixed, numbers, none? And this will determine, is it going to be kind of like a bulleted list? Is it going to be numbered, lettered? And this is where you can make those choices here. When you're all done, you click Submit. And we've now created a new learning module inside of this content page. You can reorganize learning modules simply by clicking and dragging it to wherever you would like it to be. Inside of a learning module, you can add whatever content that you can upload. So if you need to upload your HTML documents, Word documents, those kind of things, this is where you can do that from.